Let's also bring in another special guest now. Sonal Mansingh, former Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament, is joining us live. Sonal Mansingh, welcome. Thank you so much for being with us today. NewsX has launched a campaign where we are inviting the most qualified medical minds and asking them to support us in making an appeal to the Health Ministry and IMA to launch India's largest ever scientific study into sexual predation. Would you be willing to extend your support to this campaign, ma'am?
I congratulate NewsX for taking up this issue and making it broad-based. I think it's about time, and of course I'll lend all my support wholeheartedly.
Yes. Now the FBI also, Sonal Mansingh, has conducted such studies which have shown great impact in understanding the motives of criminals and also developing patterns. Do you believe that they perhaps can also be roped into this?
Not can be, they should be. Absolutely, it is important, because every angle is important, every dimension, every aspect has to be examined and linked together. And unless we do that, the study remains incomplete. And now I don't think we have time to let anything remain incomplete. We have to now hurry up. We are late in doing these studies. So even other aspects you have to think of and bring them together.
What do you think can be the challenges in conducting of such a study on a large scale nationally?
Well, when you say large scale in India, what does it mean? It's the largest scale possible in the world. And there are, as we say in Sanskrit, tunde tunde matir bhinna, different kind of thinking according to their own religion, their own faith. So I think it's very difficult to just offhand, bring in this kind of. But you have to make it very, very carefully studied classification of people whom NewsX can approach and get really valuable inputs. It's no use asking offhand, like they do in surveys usually, which are not believable, credible. You want to be credible. If you go through all this exercise, it has to be credible.
Yes. What must now happen then also beyond the frustration that you carry, that I carry after seeing incidents like Kolkata and Badlapur? What's your most recommendation to law enforcement agencies in the country, ma'am?
Law enforcement has to enforce laws. Are they being enforced? That is the question we all have to ask. Number two, law enforcement has to follow the judiciary, the judicial process. Is the judicial process also in tandem? Didn't we have fast-track courts? One hasn't heard of them of late at all. Number three, what about educating Samaj, the society? See, everything, again I say, these are the kind of issues that cannot be handled or approached or examined piecemeal. We have to educate boys and girls and mothers and fathers and teachers across the board, because law enforcement will catch hold of A and maybe Z and maybe L. What happens to the others? So now I see more kind of a social awakening, little bit by bit. There is a case today came to me near Nagpur. A young school-going girl, auto rickshaw wala, there was some altercation, and he said, "Hey, be careful, Calcutta, yaad hai? I'll do that to you." And he was really, she jumped out of the auto rickshaw. And fortunately, it was a kind of an area which they were entering, where there were people. She started shouting. They caught hold of him and whatever, I don't know. This is increasingly happening. So instead of being afraid of that, if it's held up by some, as an example that I'll do the same to you, what does that show? So I think not only law enforcement agencies, judiciary, common man, everyone has to be a part of this whole process now of reawakening, rekindling.
Yes, absolutely. Sonalji, do you think we are still being unable to act swiftly in rape cases? What's the issue which is leading to these long delays?
The issue is that now the new laws have come. People don't, even police doesn't know about it in many places. So if the police doesn't know, who knows? So educating the police, educating the lawyers, educating the common man, and then also, the demand. You and I, we all have to demand. Come on. Remember Nirbhaya? How long it took? I mean, it was untenable. And if it keeps on repeating after all these years, what does it say? The law enforcement is not strict enough. The law takes its own time. It cannot take its own time. It has to be swift. Otherwise, I mean, it is a double injustice and double insult to the victim and to all of us. I feel violated and disrespected. And I'm sure you too, whoever our audience is, every sensitive person would feel the same. So the swiftness and the correctness of the law enforcing has to be now, it has to come in motion.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.